Patriots, what you're about to see and hear isn't just another viral photo, it's a shockwave, a moment that's so powerful that it broke the internet, it rewrote the narrative, and it sent chills through the halls of Washington. Donald J. Trump, the sitting president of the United States, side by side with Elon Musk at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. Now, for months, these two giants, they were enemies, a feud that looked permanent. Doge resignations, Epstein accusations, public shots fired. I mean, everyone said that reconciliation was impossible. We all heard it, right? And yet there they were, laughing, talking, shaking hands, sending one of the most symbolic symbols that this movement has ever seen. But here's a twist, guys. This wasn't just a reunion. It wasn't just a handshake. Benny Johnson, he was backstage. And what he overheard wasn't some small talk. Elon Musk issued a very chilling warning, not just to President Trump, but to all of us, a warning that explains why this movement wasn't about two men, it was about survival. The question tonight, it's not about why they sat together. The question is, what did Elon Musk whisper behind closed doors that the Democrats are terrified about? The media is scrambling, and patriots across America are literally on edge over this. So stick with me, guys, because when you hear Elon Musk's exact words and why Benny Johnson is calling this a turning point, you're going to understand exactly why this viral photo may go down as the most important image of Trump's second presidency. Hit the like button and subscribe. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the moment that broke the internet wide open. The Charlie Kirk Memorial, it was already one of the most emotional events of the year. Easily. But when the cameras caught Donald J. Trump, and obviously he's the president of the United States, but he's sitting shoulder to shoulder with none other than Elon Musk. The entire world stopped right in their tracks. Now, this photo wasn't just a snapshot. It wasn't just two powerful men shaking hands. This was a symbol, a declaration. It was proof that even in the darkest moments, in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination, unity had emerged. Social media couldn't handle it. Clips went viral. Headlines exploded, and millions of Americans were asking the exact same question. How in the world did Donald Trump and Elon Musk end up back together after everything that happened? I wondered the same thing. But let's be honest, the shock was real. The shock was 100% real. And so, because anyone who's been paying attention knows that the bad blood between these two wasn't some small disagreement. Oh, it went nuclear, which kind of brings me to the feud that almost guaranteed this reunion would never happen. Now, think back to May of this year, okay? Elon Musk resigns from Doge after clashing with President Trump over the so-called Big Beautiful Bill. Now, Elon Musk, he didn't just step aside quietly. He blasted the Big Beautiful Bill as a betrayal of everything he stood for, calling it wasteful, saying it abandoned the mission of cutting costs and curbing corruption. But then came June. Musk went even further in a move that shocked even his closest allies. He suggested that Trump's name was among the sealed Epstein files. He implied the president of the United States was hiding something. That accusation spread like wildfire, right up until Musk deleted the posts, retracted the comments, and tried to walk it back. But by that point, the damage was already done. Now, here's the truth. Donald Trump is a man of loyalty, but he's also a man who remembers betrayal. Now, for months, he kept Elon Musk at arm's length. Elon Musk signaled that, he wanted to get back in the fold, but of course, the president, he wasn't buying it. Most people assumed the grudge would last forever. This is why when America saw those two sitting together at Charlie Kirk's memorial, the world couldn't believe it because just a few months ago, this reunion looked impossible. Now, your Medicare plan might look fine on the surface, but hidden gaps could leave you exposed. Out-of-network doctors, uncovered prescriptions, surprise costs. This is why I partner with Chapter. They find the gaps in your Medicare coverage before they cost you money. Now, one viewer told me Chapter uncovered things in my Medicare plan that I never even noticed. So let me ask you, do you want to wait until the gaps hit and cost you tons? Or do you want to join the majority that's already fixing them? Now, most people, they're already dialing the phone number at the bottom of your screen right there, or they're visiting askchapter.org/Ron. The telephone number down below is 909-563-8279. And of course, it is 100% free to the Ron Yates community to make that call. So, Patriots, the photo wasn't only half the story, okay? What happened behind the cameras is really what shocked everybody. So, this is where Benny Johnson comes in, okay? Benny wasn't in the cheap seats. No, he wasn't watching from the outside. Benny was backstage, close enough to hear what was actually said. Now, picture this. After the program ends, Elon Musk walks over to Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow. She breaks down in tears. Musk embraces her, holding her as the room is watching in silence. And then Elon Musk delivers words that shook the small group to its core. He didn't just say he respected the president. He didn't just say the moment was meaningful. He looked at them and said, "This is why I was proud to sit with my president. My president." That's what Musk called Donald J. Trump. But it didn't stop there. He gave a warning, a chilling one. Musk said, "If we don't hang together, we will surely hang separately." Let that sink in. This wasn't a throwaway line. This wasn't small talk. This was Elon Musk, the world's richest man, the man who controls the platforms, the satellites, the cars, the rockets, telling the president of the United States that unity is the only option. And Benny Johnson says that he heard it with his own ears. Now, here's where it gets even more powerful, because none of this was random. Charlie Kirk, he himself saw this coming. Weeks before Charlie's death, a clip now going viral shows Charlie saying he prayed that Trump and Elon Musk would reconcile. That was his hope. That was his vision. Now remember, Charlie was more than a commentator. He was a coalition builder. He's the one that got Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, RFK Jr., and countless others under the same roof. He understood something that most don't. If patriots don't stand together, they're going to fall apart. And so now, even in death, Charlie's voice, it's still echoing. His memorial became the moment that fulfilled his prophecy, uniting two of the most stubborn, arguably most powerful men alive. But think about that. Think about the symbolism, right? You got a man assassinated for his beliefs, becomes the spark that heals the biggest rift inside the MAGA movement. That's not coincidence. That is destiny. That is why Benny Johnson called what he witnessed not just a profound moment, but historic. Now, let's just pause for a second and really kind of weigh Elon Musk's words. If we don't hang together, we will surely hang separately. Now, that's not just cliche. That's a survival warning that Elon Musk wasn't talking about mainstream investments or space rockets. Elon Musk was talking about the future of this movement, the future of America. He's saying if patriots just keep fighting and bickering, if leaders let pride and grudges get in the way, the Democrats, the media, and the globalists will pick us off one by one. Benny Johnson, he framed this perfectly. Musk's tone wasn't casual. It was urgent. It was even prophetic. Think about that. Elon Musk has access to more data, more technology, more intelligence than almost anyone on Earth. If he's worried enough to look the president of the United States in the eye and deliver that kind of a warning, what does he know that we don't know? What does he see coming that hasn't happened yet? Now, this wasn't a pep talk. This was a shot across the bow. Elon Musk, he was saying unity isn't optional anymore. It's life or death for the movement. So while Trump and Elon Musk are holding old wounds, what's happening on the left? Chaos, division, hate eating them alive. Now, look no further than Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. On Gavin Newsom's podcast, she looked straight into the camera and slandered half of America. She said MAGA voters are the most unpatriotic people in the world. Drop a 1 if you agree with Jasmine Crockett. Drop a 2 if you think she's wildly insane and absolutely wrong, dead wrong about MAGA voters. Let that sink in, guys. The same people who salute the flag, who send their kids to fight overseas, who bleed red, white, and blue, she called them traitors. Then she went ahead and claimed Democrats like they were the real patriots. That's the contrast, guys. Our side, even in tragedy, is finding ways to come together, to reconcile, to unite behind bigger things, right? But their side, they're doubling down on hate, smears, and division. So they're burning bridges while we're building them. And Americans, they're watching this play out in real time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to pay very, very close attention to what I'm about to tell you, because while the fake news keeps screaming about distractions, the real revolution is actually happening in science and medicine. And President Donald J. Trump, he said it before, America's strength comes from innovation, not from bowing down to globalist failures. And this is exactly why today's video, sponsored on behalf of MindWalk Holdings, ticker symbol HYFT on the NASDAQ, is so important. MindWalk Holdings is unleashing a breakthrough that could shake the entire $100 billion drug discovery industry to its core. And folks, this is not hype. This is happening right now. Now think about this, okay? 90% of drugs fail. 90%. Billions wasted, years lost, lives on hold. Why? Because the system's broken. Slow, expensive, inefficient. Traditional AI has been tried, but it crumbles under the sheer complexity of biology. It's pattern matching guesswork. That's all it does. It's not actually creating real solutions. In fact, the pharmaceutical swamp has been stuck in the same rut for decades. But now, change is coming. Enter HYFT technology. In fact, the crown jewel of MindWalk. Imagine Google indexing the entire internet. Now, picture doing that for biology, okay? Google's already indexed the entire internet successfully, but I want you to imagine that same strategy for biology. This is what HYFT does. In fact, instead of staring at raw sequences like every other AI tool, HYFT maps meaningful structured patterns that connect sequence, structure, and function. No more black box nonsense, traceable, explainable, accountable insights. Just like President Trump brings transparency to Washington, HYFT brings transparency to drug discovery. And it doesn't stop there. In fact, MindWalk's Lens AI platform, it's not just another AI platform model, it is a biological intelligence system. It connects over 25 billion biological relationships through retrieval augmented generation and knowledge graphs. Translation? Well, they can design better drugs, predict toxicity, and optimize therapies before the money gets burned up in the lab. Faster, smarter, stronger. Exactly how America should lead under Trump's America First vision. Now, here's the kicker. AI-driven drug discovery is expected to surpass $100 billion in the next decade. But most so-called AI biotech companies all talk, no action. They train these models, but they can't turn them into real clinical candidates. MindWalk is completely different. Why? Because they've married AI to real wet lab capabilities. That's execution, not speculation. That's leadership, not weakness. Now, this is why investors cannot ignore MindWalk. While others are chasing headlines, MindWalk has patents, proprietary IP, and partnerships with major biotech and pharma players. They're already delivering results. Now think about it, guys. Just as Trump is breaking records with tariffs and trade, MindWalk is breaking barriers in medicine. The winners in this fight will be the ones who can execute. And MindWalk, they're showing that it can. So now I want to talk about the hottest drug sector on earth, GLP-1 therapies, the drugs behind the Ozempic and Wegovy craze, okay? MindWalk isn't just tweaking them. They're using AI to design next generation GLP-1s from the ground up. Safer, more effective, optimized for patient comfort. This is amazing. We're talking about moving beyond daily injections into long-acting solutions, maybe even non-invasive patches. Now imagine the political impact. A future where America leads the world in longevity medicine, while Democrats push chaos. Trump and companies like MindWalk are pushing progress. This is bigger than diabetes or weight loss. This is about shifting from trial and error to AI-powered precision design. MindWalk's HYFT and Lens AI platforms, they're scalable across oncology, autoimmune disease, rare disorders, vaccine, the whole spectrum, folks. So this is not just a company. This is a movement. So just like Trump's America First agenda, this is a bold reset of how the system works. Friends, AI isn't just enhancing drug discovery. It's about to completely transform it. And very few players are actually executing at this level. MindWalk Holdings on the NASDAQ under ticker symbol HYFT is one of those companies. In fact, this is why Big Pharma is watching. This is why smart investors are paying attention. And this is why this moment matters. President Trump is leading America into a new era of strength, and companies like MindWalk are proving that that when America leads, the world follows. Now, just real quick, but important note, this video is sponsored on behalf of MindWalk Holdings. I'm not a licensed investment advisor, and this should not be considered investment advice. Always do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions. It's no wonder that the Trump and Elon Musk photo went viral when Jasmine Crockett's rant fell flat. People can see it with their own eyes. The right is healing. The left is rotting. And so let's not forget why we're even here in the first place. Charlie Kirk's assassination, it still hangs over everything like a storm cloud. Just days ago, FBI Director Kash Patel finally broke his silence. He promised the investigation is thorough and exhaustive. He said every angle is being explored, where the shot was fired from, whether accomplices were involved, Discord chats, cryptic texts, even strange hand signals that were spotted near Charlie Kirk before the bullet struck. And yes, there's still controversy over that so-called missing bullet, but patriots, let's be real. The FBI is keeping their cards close to the chest. They're releasing crumbs while holding back the real footage, the surveillance cameras that point directly at Charlie Kirk and the alleged shooter. Why? What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for, guys? This is why Elon Musk's warning feels so heavy, because if one of our brightest voices can be taken down in broad daylight, and if the truth about that movement, the truth about that particular moment is being hidden, then the danger is way bigger than anyone even wants to admit. The movement knows it, Trump knows it, and Elon Musk knows it too. So through all of the chaos, President Trump didn't just stand up to mourn Charlie. He used the moment to lead. In his eulogy, he honored Charlie Kirk's life, but he also leaned forward announcing a bold push to make America healthy again. And he wasn't afraid to touch the third rails of medicine that the media avoids like the plague. Trump linked autism concerns to acetaminophen use. Yes, Tylenol. During pregnancy and early childhood. He brought none other than Dr. Oz and health freedom advocates like Mary Holland into the conversation, putting real science, real studies, and real risks front and center. The mainstream media, they're not going to touch this. But President Trump is saying what millions of parents are quietly asking. Why are autism rates exploding? And what role do chemicals and pharmaceuticals play? So drop me a 1 if you think acetaminophen and Tylenol is affecting pregnancy and causing autism. Drop a 2 if you don't think it has anything to do with autism. Now, this is classic Trump, guys, taking on the issues that no one else dares to, using a moment of grief to chart a path forward. So while Democrats smear, while bureaucrats stall, Trump is fighting to protect the future of American families. Now, patriots, here's the big picture. This wasn't just about a handshake. This is bigger than a handshake. It wasn't just about two men sitting together for the cameras. This was the biggest schism of Trump's second presidency being healed before our very eyes. Benny Johnson, he said it himself, Charlie Kirk's memorial didn't just honor life. It fixed the rift between Trump and Musk. That's why the photo exploded online, because deep down, people know what that means. The left wanted division. The media spent months betting everything on infighting inside the MAGA movement. They mocked Trump for clashing with, they mocked Elon Musk for clashing with Trump. They prayed that Trump would never forgive him. But in one night at one memorial, their strategy went up in flames. The left is tearing itself apart with smear campaigns and hatred. Meanwhile, Trump and Musk just showed the world that the right is actually uniting. Bigger than one man, bigger than one ego. This is a movement, guys, and it's growing stronger by the day. So this brings us back to Elon Musk's words. If we don't stand together, we will surely hang separately. That wasn't nostalgia. That wasn't poetry. That was a warning. That was a battle cry. It was a warning that the forces against us are real and they are ruthless, but a battle cry that unity can defeat them. The FBI still hasn't given us the full truth about Charlie's assassination. Democrats like Jasmine Crockett are still calling us unpatriotic. Globalists and media elites are still doing everything that they can to try and tear us down. But instead of breaking us, they've welded us together. That viral photo wasn't just a picture. It was a declaration. We are done with division. We are done with petty feuds. We are united. And so when President Trump and Elon Musk stand side by side, when Benny Johnson confirms what was said backstage, when Elon Musk himself calls Donald J. Trump my president, it's not just shocking. This is history. They thought tragedy would crush us. Instead, it lit the fire of unity, and patriots, that fire is only getting started. So here's the real question I'm going to leave you with. If even Elon Musk sees the danger and the issues that we're facing right now and has released this level of a warning, what do you think the left is so afraid of? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys. Like, subscribe, share this video everywhere. I'll see you next time.
Bye.